What is boogie with your hoodie, y'all? It's your big dog solo kiddo, you feel me? We back with another double fire video for y'all. Today's April 5th, 2026. Hopefully you guys are having a good old Easter, you know. I know we made a video yesterday, but man, y'all, yesterday was pretty busy with everyone around doing a little last minute shopping, and man, it was hot too, so it was, you know. Without further ado, y'all, you know, we got a drink review again, y'all. I found this one yesterday when we're out and about. Gorilla Mind Blue Raspberry, gang. You know I had to get into this. You know I had to. So let's pop into this can, y'all, shall we? Wow. It's kind of hard to put a familiar taste to it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. Like, to me, it kind of tastes like, you know, when you have your food, like Thanksgiving time, you have your food all close up to the plates and stuff. Okay, so let's say you have your cherry pie, right? And the crust, you know, it falls apart. Let's say you had your pie next to like potatoes or macaroni. There's some salt got onto it, and I don't know, just somehow, in some way, that flavor kind of coexists. It's not bad, but it's just like, that's the only way I can, like, in my mind, I can picture out a flavor, you know. But it's like, it's pretty good though, you know. That third Fshooskiiii, but you know. Type of shit, y'all. You know, hopefully today you guys got to sleep in. You know, I slept in pretty good today. You know, trying to catch up on sleep type shit. You know, been lacking it, and eating, of course. You know, obviously. But without further ado, gang, let's take that first Sunday Hitskis, gang. We got hits. Hawaiian shaved ice, gang. Type shit, you know? Shit, y'all. With me, I remember when I was younger, we would go out to the reservation, you know? We'd have our aunts, uncles, my grandmother, my grandfather. Sometimes their family will come out and see us too. But for the main part, it'd be my grandmother's family, some of my uncles, my aunties, and of course us, the grandkids. And we had this big old range of yard. We could do, you know, Easter and I play hide and seek, nighttime, evening time, you know, just run around basically, you know. But just remember this one Easter, we would basically just wait for, you know, basically an hour for all the eggs to get set up, you know, and we'd be inside eating and, you know, come up with game plans. Who wants to be on my team? Who wants to be on their team? Oops. But we would do like teens versus like the kids, preteens, and of course kids would get, you know, theirs, and adults, of course. I remember my cousins from another family, they would go hammer mode on just collecting eggs and just getting the big old prizes, you know, baskets with basketballs and footballs and candies and drinks and whatnot. Or of course there'd be like prize egg money prizes too, you know, like 120, 400, 300, you know, 500 at one point in time, 1,000 at one point in time. But man, all the kids raced out there collecting as much eggs as they could. And I remember one time I could have helped my brother. We could have gotten 1,000, could have split it evenly, 500 each. But we had this golden, they called it the golden egg. You know, of course those have 1,000 to 500 in it. It was right up in the tree, right up above us. You know, we're looking around, and finally my brother sees it. And our cousins from my grandmother's family, they saw it too. They're, you know, ooh, we want $1,000, you know. So, you know, we're trying to live battle to it, you know, trying to get it, work out our little strategies. And my brother and I gave up at the last minute, and they finally, I don't know, they mysteriously fell out in their hands, you know. They got $1,000, and I'm like, fuck, man. You know, of course, you know, being a kid, you know, 1,000's a lot, you know. I don't know if you had a similar story, you know, where you would basically battle out with your cousins and brothers and nephews, where who would get the most Easter eggs, you know. I remember I would always get like the lowest amount because all the little ones would, you know, run out there and get them. And of course, I wasn't gonna be running around and shit, you know. But I don't know. A few times we do that, you know, we go out and just go in hand mode, you know. Now it's just like watch everyone else, you know. That's that first story for y'all, but let's take that second Sipskis and Hitskis, gang. We're taking 3 sips. Shit, this is too good to take. Too good, just take one sip, you know. This aid amplifies your focus, enhances your concentration, increases productivity. There you go. Elevated mind clarity. Of course, no sugars or colors, you know. Unmatched energy. Shit, gang. I like exploring different drinks, you know. It's kind of cool how, like, I don't know, different companies come up with their, you know, safer way of making up something that's loaded with sugar, basically, you know. But I'm noticing that some companies have been using tea, green tea, or tea, what's that name? Let's see. So you can use like a leaf, green tea leaf, to mix it up, basically, you know. I would rank it 9 out of 10. That's the highest. 9 out of 10, gang. I recommend getting one of these. This is at GNC. Got a little kind of protein shake inside. Hay shakes, you know. But it's kind of like a sports drink, I assume. But I'll take that second Hitskis, gang. I remember when I was little, like a kid, you know, I would say like at least, it's like a baby, you know. I remember when this holiday would come around, I didn't know, as a kid, you know, of course, we would take pictures, you know, with the Easter Bunny. And I remember I kind of got bored of seeing a costume guy, you know. I was like, you know, one of those kids, you know. But remember I would wait in line for this guy basically hours and hours at the malls or, where he would be doing gatherings of pictures and stuff, But I remember this one day we were all waiting in line and these kids in front of us, I think the son was all into it, he was on, oh yeah, we're ready, I want to see the Easter Bunny. I want to see him again. I want to ask him for things, To him, he was like thinking he was like Santa Claus or something, But the daughter, she was a little one. She didn't. I don't think she knew what the fuck was going on, bro. But as soon as they kind of got close, I think she kind of, it was like the little screws in her head were turning, Then she got up there. That's when all the emotions came out, Rah! All those kids cry, just screaming their head off. And to me, I was seeing that. I was like, what the fuck? What? I was freaking out as a kid, like, what this motherfucker do, Of course, kids are like that with Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and whoever else mascot, As a kid, you're just like, what the fuck is this motherfucker, bro? But, I don't know. Santa Claus too. I used to always love to go be one of those kids, hop in line first, But yeah, I remember there was one Christmas time. I think we were living with our auntie at the time. She worked at a school and they got hookups with Santa Claus coming down and being dressed up, and it's kind of where I kind of stopped believing in the mascots, y'all, because hold on, okay. So there's this bash is across the street from the school that she used to work at, right? Now it's a high school and a middle school across the way. It's called Navajo Pine High School. It's in Wonder Rock where I used to live, Fort Defiance, basically. But anyways, I remember my brother and I can't remember our cousins either. I think our cousins met us at the bashes afterwards because they were doing their own thing too. But remember my sister-in-law, she had her son, who was still a baby at that time, so it was the three of us, of course, So we went up into school, it was a whole ass line, and finally we came up, and I wished for Lego blocks, and I got Lego blocks. Crazily. Isn't that crazy, yo? My sister brought them, though, from our family side now, but, I remember the photo booth on this side, and then on this side, it was like basically a throne for Santa Claus. All the kids would line up, give us like a big old, those tin cans, popcorn, those divided, probably like 4 or 3, caramel, cheddar, and then the regular. But I used to chow down that cheddar popcorn, gang. Ugh. That was a burp and a cough at the same time. Did not feel good. But he was a cool Santa Claus, I remember he gave us a buffet, gift cards too when we went through them. Did the photo and sat in his lap and asked for a prize or gifts, And then remember we got done with everything, the photo and everything, and then went up to the bashes because we wanted to get some pizzas. And they were doing like little, gathering stuff too, But theirs was like a sandwich bag. You got goodies and stuff, and it's one of those little candies, those little colorful candies, you get at grandma's house, those little weird Christmas candies. They had those, and peanuts, and oranges, and I think juice or something. And then there too, they had a Santa Claus. And in my mind, I was like, what the fuck? How did he get over here so fast, Because he was just at the school. That's across the street, basically, And then my sister-in-law, she goes, that's how Santa Claus works, He goes in different places at the same time, You never know. You either be a good kid or a bad kid and you get coal. And that's kind of where I was like, oh shit, okay. Santa Claus is on business, you know. You know, I had so many little thoughts as a kid, you know. But shit, you know. Let's take that 3 pairs of Fshooskiiii, gang. It's not that bad, you know. I know I said that a lot. Usually they kind of go pretty hard on sugars, gang. But let's see how much is in here. 0 grams of sugar. That's pretty crazy, gang. Saffron extract. That's all right there. What the fuck is that word? Hubrazone A. From Hybrazina cinara, whole plant extract. Damn, this is from a plant, gang. See, that's what I kind of like, you know. Energy drinks are just kind of exploring different things, plants, teas, you know. Of course, you got the Monster and stuff drinks, but you know. Nine out of 10. 9 out of 10, gang. Let's take that third Fshooskiiii, gang. Shit, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Don't forget to let your folks know, your big dog. We're getting this YouTube to 400, y'all. Big 400. You feel me? But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe again. You know, let's get that 400 subscribers, y'all. We're gonna have some live streams coming up soon, of course. I would say live streams every Thursday. Either Thursday or Fridays. It'll be in between there. Wednesdays we'll post, I guess, you know. Mondays we'll do some more, you know, exploring videos, I guess. Shit. But every day we're gonna be trying to do like shorts or posting shorts or. But yeah, we're gonna have like a little pattern of post, you know, relax, post, relax. But we are gonna do 2 videos a day and a short, and then we'll do like a flip flop, you know, 2 shorts and a video, either or, you know. But shit, y'all. Thanks for tuning in for this Easter Sunday. Again, hope you guys have a good old day today. Stay safe. Explore, you know, wherever you need to explore, you know. Downtown was crazy. U of A. Shit, Michigan, you know. That was a good old game. I was watching a little bit of that. And then UConn and Illinois, you know. Shit, y'all. I'm just happy for Wolverines, gang, you know. But Big Dog Solo Kiddo, we out this bitch, y'all.